So consciousness is creating a self-perpetuating, intelligent, recurrent information transformer, abbreviated SPIRIT. I suspect that SPIRIT is basically the word that our ancestors used to describe self-organizing software agents. And self-organizing software is relatively ubiquitous in societies, organisms, and it's basically the operating system that controls our organism as a software agent that runs on our body. It controls its functions. In the hierarchies of software agents, individual cells also run software that is controlling the cell, right? Down to the molecular level, there are individual molecules that move around because the software of the cell wants it to. And it's a very interesting perspective when we think about organisms, that the true invariance is not the shape of the organism or the individual molecules that are contributing to it, or even the individual mechanisms that are being implemented. The invariance is the software, right? It's a set of principles that are being implemented by the mechanisms. So if you want to understand this notion, the basic central is self-organization. That structure is being built from the inside out. It's self-reinforcing and energy optimizing. That it's software. Software in its nature is not physical. It is virtual. It exists as a pattern in physics. But it's an invariant pattern that is able to enforce and replicate itself. And in a sense, it's not a thing. Ontologically, software is not an object. It's a physical law. It's when you say, I have a word processor running on my laptop, what you say is, whenever I take a bunch of transistors and put them in this state, the following thing is going to be observed wherever you are in the universe. Right? And this invariance is what we call software. Software is just a very, very specific physical law. And the same thing is true for the software that runs on our cells. Right? It's basically a law-like structure that says when you arrange matter in this way, then you force-grain it in a particular way, so you look at it from a certain perspective with a certain resolution, then you're going to observe the following succession of events. And that's an invariance. And this invariance is what we call software. And when we talk about the word agent, what we simply mean is a control system for future states. So unlike a thermostat, it only controls the present. An agent is a control system that is able to model the future to some degree and is optimizing for future states instead for present states. And once we introduce this condition that the control system is optimized in the future, we have the simplest definition of agent that I could come up with so far. Because all the features like beliefs, desires, intentions fall out of a system that models the future and tries to optimize some future state. Because now you have decision making, you have intentions and beliefs exist in some sense.